السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Grammar for grade 7. The past continuous tense. Let's look at an example of the past continuous tense. I was walking to the train station when you called me. Form. We will start affirmative form. Subject plus the past form of the verb to be. What is verb to be? Verb to be am, is, and are. This is in the present. And the past form of verb to be was and were. Plus ing form. So again, the form of the past continuous subject plus was or were plus verb plus ing. For example, I was walking. You were walking. He was walking, she was walking, it was walking, we were walking, you were walking, they were walking. So look here, I use was with the subject I, he, she, it, and were with the subject pronouns you, we, and you, and they. The negative form of the past continuous, full form, subject plus the past form of verb to be, was or were, plus the word not plus the verb plus ing. A negative full form, I was not walking, you were not walking, he was not walking, she was not walking, it was not walking, we were not walking, you were not walking, they were not walking. And this is a negative contracted form. I wasn't walking. Look here. I use apostrophe instead of the letter O. So you weren't, he wasn't, she wasn't, it wasn't, you weren't, they weren't. And now with a question form of the past continuous, the past form of verb to be. So we will start the sentence with was or were plus subject plus verb plus ing. Like was I walking? Were you walking? Was he walking? Was she walking? Was it walking? Were you walking? Were you walking? Were they walking? And now a question with a question words. We can use the several question words to form a question with the past continuous. We'll start the sentence with a question words like what, where, why, who, how, plus the past form of verb to be, was or were, plus subject plus ing form. For example, why was he shouting? Why, this is a question word. Was, this is a past form of verb to be. He, a subject plus verb plus ing. What was he eating? Where was she going? Uses and meaning of the past continuous. Long action in the past. We use the past continuous to describe a long action in the past that started before specific time. The long action is continued after the specific time. For example, yesterday at 8 a.m. I was eating breakfast. So I started before 8 a.m. and also continued after 8 a.m. We use the past continuous to describe a long action in the past that is interrupted by a short action. We use the past simple for the short action that interrupted it. So a long action, I use the past continuous. For the short action, I use past simple. For example, I was walking to the train station when you called me. So the long action, I was walking to the train station. And short action, and what the action interrupted the long action when you called me. Also, you can change the order of this sentence. I can also start with when close, like when you called me, I was walking to the train station. But here look, when I started with when close, we separate it from the long action with a comma. So I put comma after when close. So if I started with a short action, I put comma after the when close. While plus the past continuous. For example, while I was walking to the train station, you called me. Also, if while clause comes first, I put comma. We separate it from the short action with a comma. Or we change the order. So here also I can start with you called me while I was walking to the train station. Summary: we use while before the past continuous and we use when before the past simple. Now let's look at this exercise. Complete the sentences. Use the past continuous of the verbs in brackets. Number one, Mr. Smith dash drive home when the storm started. I use the past continuous form of the verb drive. Here the subject pronoun is a singular, so I use was. Mr. Smith was driving. Number two, I dash watch a DVD on my computer when it stopped working. Also the subject here is singular, so I use was watching. Was watching. Number three, we dash travel on the bus when we saw the new shops. The subject pronoun we, this is a plural, so I use were. We were traveling. We were traveling. Number four, what dash you do when the phone rang? Also the subject here, you, I use were. What were you doing? What were you doing? Number five, she dash shop when she lost her purse. With she, I use was because she is a singular, so I use was shopping. Number six, you read a book when your headache started. So this is question. So I start with the past form of the verb to be. With you here I use were. So were you reading a book when your headache started? Number seven, I dash walk outside when it started to rain. The subject I is a singular, so I use I was walking. I was walking. Number eight, you play football when you hurt your leg. And this is a question also. And the subject pronouns you, I use where. Were you playing? Were you playing football when you hurt your leg? Now let's move to another exercise. Complete the sentences. Use the past continuous or the past simple of the verbs in practice. Number one, I was painting a picture when my mobile rang. Number two, George dash use a hammer when he hit his hand? Here I said that after when I use a past simple or a short action. So George was using a hammer when he hit his hand. Number three, Benny dash help us when mom dash come in. So Benny was helping us when mom came in. The past simple after when. Number four, Mr. and Mrs. Feathers dash get ready to go out when their son dash call. Here this is a plural subject, so I use were getting ready to go out when their son called. Past simple of call called. Number five, we dash walk to school when we see her. With the subject we, I use were. So we were walking to school when we saw, the past simple of the verb see, saw. Number six, I dash watch TV when mom and dad dash come home. I is a singular, so I use I was watching. I was watching TV when mom and dad. What is the past simple of verb come? Yes, came. Number seven, they dash eat breakfast when I arrive. They, this is a plural, so I use were eating. They were eating breakfast when I, the past symbol of arrive, arrived. Number eight, dad dash sleep when the play finish. Dad, this is a singular, so I use was plus verb plus ing. Dad was sleeping when the play. What is the past symbol of the verb finish? Yes, this is a regular verb. I add ed, so finished. Dad was sleeping when the play finished. Thank you, my dear students, with my best wishes, and see you inshallah next lesson.